Welcome back, and today we're cracking the case on the elusive positive EV bet. We all dream of that winning ticket, right? That perfect pick that brings home the bacon, or the prime rib, depending on your taste. But sportsbooks aren't exactly handing out free money. They're like casinos with fancy math degrees, constantly refining the odds to tip the scales in their favor. So the sportsbooks are like the CIA of number crunching. They have teams of analysts poring over stats, injuries, and even the weather, all to set those lines that make it oh so tempting to bet the house. By the way, don't do that. Don't bet the house. Trust me, your significant other will not be happy. The pro bettors also know the key is data analysis. They use fancy algorithms and complex models to predict outcomes, not some premonition from last night's dream. It's like building a superpowered sports knowledge machine. Now, some of you might not have the time to become data wizards, but fear not, there's help available. Now, you might be tempted to follow those loud sports talking heads on TV. They wear fancy suits and seem to know everything, right? Well, maybe not. Most of those guys are entertainers, they're not fortune tellers. And their picks might be fun for bar conversations, and they're not a guaranteed path to riches. So how do we overcome these odds-stacking odds makers? Well, there's two main approaches. You can be a self-made stats whiz, building your own systems to analyze games and identify weaknesses in the lines. This involves spreadsheets, complex algorithms, and enough caffeine to fuel a rocket for launch. Not for the faint of heart, and those who get headaches easily, beware. But hey, if you're into that, more power to you. The other option, though, is borrowing the brains of others. I prefer that idea. That's right, we're talking third-party providers. These are companies that use fancy math and expert analysis to find those positive EV bets, the ones where the odds are actually in your favor. So some platforms use their own fancy algorithms to find mispriced lines. Think of them as your personal analytics army. Platforms like Action Network, Dimers, and Betting Pros offer insights and predictions based on their own models. That's pretty cool, right? Others like OddsJam and Optimal Bet are like bloodhounds sniffing out inefficiencies in the market. Just because someone has a fancy title doesn't mean that their models are perfect. So remember, sportsbooks are constantly refining their lines based on data too. So don't blindly follow every pick. Use your own judgment. Use these resources as a starting point. Then compare them to the lines yourself. Are there inefficiencies? Any hidden opportunities? Speaking of opportunities, it's also important to note that sportsbooks can't be everywhere at once. That means there might be opportunities in weak markets, like live betting, prop bets, or even lesser known sports that don't get as much attention. Just don't wager on dart throwing, please. Think of it like a flea market for sports betting. There might be hidden gems if you're willing to dig a little deeper. And finally, don't forget about the freebies. Sportsbooks are constantly offering promotions and boosts to lure you in. Sometimes you can use these to turn a not-so-great bet into a positive EV opportunity. Think of it like a coupon at the grocery store, one that turns those rotten tomatoes into golden opportunities. So now that we've laid this foundation on understanding and identifying positive EV plays, we will take a closer look at specific betting strategies you can incorporate into your betting arsenal.